the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014. There's a look at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Tennessee Titans and the New York Jets. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Pulls it in at the 13. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
Well, there's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
From the 31, Wilson. His throw incomplete.
Man coverage is certainly a staple of their defense, and it's built for plays like that, forcing that incompletion.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Now it's Wilson. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked up by DJ Reed. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Sitting at first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards there, a first down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Goes right back to Smith again. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Yeah, even coming in third in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be first, because all you want to do is get the ball in their hands, and let them make the big plays downfield.
So in jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. They go play action now. Wilson steps away. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. C.J. Mosley, the linebacker, making sure his presence is felt. Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick 6, and here he ends up on his backside.
And you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick 6, did he get too careful with the football and not deliver downfield and take that sack? They've got to make sure that he's really into this game.
This is Smith with a grab. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Wilson. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
Back to the ground now. It's Henry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
I think that's how this defense is going to need to play these tight ends. Again, get right up on them and stay physical. And that paid off on that play, helping force that incompletion.
On 3rd down, Wilson. I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
On 4th down, Mike Vrabel says, let's get 3 out of this. He sends on the field goal unit. And his kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Holmes returning from his end zone. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll start on the ground. Hall. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Well, touch and timing are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now back to throw. This is complete to Holmes. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. He completes that to Garrett Wilson. He'll get it inside the 20. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
When teams practice their plays during the week, they're hoping that it's going to pay off on game day. So it sure has to feel good for them when they hit them during a game, and they hit that one there for big yardage.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
So not quite a first and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. Up the middle they go. Hawkins. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They'll set up to throw. Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to give it to Ridley. And the Titans are going to take possession of the football.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
A first down carry for Henry. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
2nd down, they go again with Henry.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Now it's Wilson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Smith. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here. Over 20 yards. From the 13 now they work on 1st and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And the Jets are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw something away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost him a ball game?
And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second and 11 now. Back to throw here. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, turnabout is fair play, I guess. They had a pick 6 against them earlier, and now this defense, Charles, they get a pick 6 of their own.
And for a moment, let's just set aside how it impacts the scoreboard, because how about the response? One defense gets the pick 6, the other comes back and matches it. These are two defenses that are planning on winning the game for their teams themselves.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Holmes returning from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. The Jets at 3-2, a game over 500 here to start the season. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it. And the Titans will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. And he'll be stopped at the 46. Gain of 3.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Quick slant here to Smith. And he will have a Titans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
Running from the gun with Henry. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Henry again on 2nd down. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. It'll be a gain of 11, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
Ready?
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he's going to have the 1st down, yardage to the 35.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Well, they run the option here on 1st and 10. Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
Come on.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. That'll be complete to Allen Lazard. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again.
Tackle on that play by Kttn Williams.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. And his throw here's incomplete.
My man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. Well, this drive, they're a perfect 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need a full 10 yards here. To throw is Wilson. On the slant, Burks. And he does not get to the first down marker as they stop him at the 19. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
Holmes returning from his end zone.
And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. The quick slant, good for a first down, a gain of 12.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw and coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet first down.
Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
They'll look to throw again. Over the middle, complete. It's Hall. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 43. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first. Again, he'll drop to throw. It's caught. Reception by Holmes. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late. They're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Andre Cisco. And the Titans are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
And when a team advances as far as they did, got over the 50-yard line, don't you think that drive deserved a better ending? I think he needs to get with his coaches on the sidelines, make some immediate adjustments, and that's what you do. You don't wait. You do it from series to series because drives like that, that end with a turnover, that's multiple times they picked him off already in this opening half.
And intercepted. Wilson's 3rd of the game. Sauce Gardner picks it off.
Certainly feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about it. They had a chance going to halftime with the lead. Why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. And now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll get this to the 22. So they began the play at the 11, and it's a gain of 11. First down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Johnson's kick is good.
And that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime here with the visiting Titans taking the lead into intermission. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Jets going to get the football first, and they trail as well as we get back underway in this second half.
Holmes going to opt against bringing it out, and they will begin at the 25.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game, and to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
The tackle that time by Zach Cunningham.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Ball again on 2nd down.
And he's got some space here. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he goes down at the 26, a pickup of 13, and that last play began at the 13. First down.
Ball on a give up the middle. That tackle by Jeffrey Simmons.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a first.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They've moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Straight ahead is Hall.
Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
It's a quarterback sneak, and he is in. Touchdown, New York. It's their quarterback with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Jets have retaken a 3rd quarter lead. Johnson's extra point up and good.
And that will make this a 4-point game.
Here's Johnson set and ready to kick this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have. Touchback.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
First throw now for the backup Tua Tagovailoa.
Across the formation, Burks has it.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
Let's go now. Ready.
Tua now on first down.
And the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage. Well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
They're going for Lazard, but this is intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football. So now it's 2 straight drives that end with an interception.
And the first time, the first interception, they ended up getting 6 points out of it and taking the lead. Now they have an opportunity to increase that lead after their second pick on 2 drives.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Kttn had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. On play action, they'll throw. Out to his left. Oh, this is going to be caught along the sidelines. Probably shouldn't have been caught. He's going to lose yardage there. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. 3rd and 7 now. The things got a little dicey there as soon as he exited the pocket out to the left.
And he ends up throwing it for no yardage gained. I don't know about you, but my high school coach, John Ford, if he saw a ball in the air and you got no yards out of it, he would have had a stroke, okay? Because his opinion, that ball shouldn't be in the air unless something good was going to happen. Tuck it away, try and pick up something, or just slide and get down.
Nothing good happened there, that's for sure.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Field goal unit and Brian Johnson out there.
He hit his first one. This from 44 yards out now. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
Partner, I think they saw something there. I mean, they came from the right side deliberately, and you know there's always a designated guy who goes and blocks it, but it's the rest of his teammates that get him free.
Okay,
the Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a 1-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return.
And the Jets will take over.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Last time, they had a little bit of a special teams breakdown. That field goal was blocked.
Yeah, and everything has to be precise in the kicking game. Snap, hold, kick. Obviously, the blocking to keep people out. So what you really want to do is get in there and get 6 points and take the pressure off of those guys.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. They'll look to throw here.
He's got the connection to Moore.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet 1st down. Here's a give to Hall. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. We have played 3 quarters. after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. A play action fake. They'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
On the counter, it's Hall.
And he is going to get this close to the 1st down markers. He's brought down at the Titans' 40-yard line.
61 yards on the ground for him so far.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. It's a pickup of 6.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a 1st down for him, too.
And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's exactly what you're looking for at the inside linebacker spot. Versatility. He can drop into coverage, or as he did on that last play, use his speed to get to the perimeter and knock the ball carrier for a loss.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Holmes has got it complete. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Already a pair of 3rd down conversions for them on this drive, but right now they need 5 yards on this 3rd down try. Looking to throw. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 14. It's a gain of 14 down to the 14.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
The offense on 3rd down, can't fault these numbers. 7 for 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. They're going to look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
And Johnson's kick is good, and that'll make this a 7-point game. So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier, and this time there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
He finds his target. It's Schultz.
And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, second down. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But the bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 19. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. Inside handoff, Henry. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, second and 2.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. They give him 2 yards there as they're set up now with a first and goal.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
From the gun, it's Tua. And it's a Titans touchdown. Dalton Schultz, his second touchdown on the season.
And the Titans are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A fourth-quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tied football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the fourth. Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away.
Holmes returning from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. Second and 9 now. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hall. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Moore.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
2 plays already up near midfield.
No, partner, they can move quick when they have to, and right now, they're looking really good.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
He dumps this one off here to Hall.
Just a gain of a couple there. And it's second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Here's 2nd and 8. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Throwing quickly to Wilson. And he stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Partner, you got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. This game rests on the right leg of Brian Johnson. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. This will be from 53 for the win. And he's going to miss this one. That is no good. Well outside the left upright. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So the Jets won the toss. They'll get the first shot at finding a winner as we are back underway here in overtime. Holmes returning from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulously as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game, 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at that play sheet saying, if we get to overtime, what can we break out that they haven't seen?
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 23 yards, the final tally. Again, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle, it's Holmes. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
After what they've faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
Back to throw again. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Amani Hooker. He's at the 40, 20, 10, 5, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Charles, we've seen them target one of their main weapons time and time again. Maybe they went to that well too many times there.
Yeah, and it's so difficult to determine how many times is too many, because how many times have we seen a team go and play and say, until they stop us, we'll keep going. But they got stopped on that one, and it cost them 6 points.
And for the visitors, it is going to be a happy flight home. It is always such a treat, Charles, in the NFL when you can go on the road and get a victory, and that's exactly what they accomplished here today.
Oh, the trip home, so much sweeter, isn't it? All the noise they heard before, how tough it is to win on the road, how tough it is to play in this stadium, how hyped up that crowd's going to be. They just used it as fuel, came in full of confidence, believed in themselves, and got it done.